Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the series on CSS Media Query, right? Yeah. So this series is gonna be about CSS Media Query. Generally, you know, we have as technology is evolving, we are having devices with different screen sizes and all like that. Aside using frameworks, CSS frameworks and the likes, you can still achieve your media query properly using your vanilla CSS. It's not that difficult. Okay, so I'm going to be taking you on a ride on how you can do your CSS media query like seamlessly. Okay, seamlessly, and at the end of the day, you will be happy with yourself and with whatever you have done. So you need to stick around, and let's go. Jump on the ride. All right. First thing I want you to understand when it comes to media query is that there are breakpoints. Okay, and by breakpoints we mean they're actually setting with certain dimension at which the orientation, at which the layout would change, right? So when a screen attains its certain attains the breakpoint, meaning that the layout would actually look a bit different, or the layout will change slightly, right? So let me let me give you a rundown of some of the breakpoint or some of the common breakpoint. Of course, if you get all these breakpoints right, you are good to go. Forget about it, you are good to go. So for extra small devices, right? All these devices I've mentioned earlier can actually be like categorized into extra small screen devices like your wearables, your like small phones, like extremely small phones, like the likes of the iPhone 6 and those iPhones of those days, right? And even some uh, latest iPhone that are actually the mini, like 12 mini and the likes, and all the other devices that they have like small screen, right? So for you to probably categorize any device screen as a small screen, the screen has to be less than 60 pixel, right, in width, right? This is width now. I'm talking in terms of width, and the screen has to be less than 60 pixel, 640 pixel rather, in width. Okay, that way any device that has a less than 640 pixel width definitely going to be like a small screen device. So how do you actually treat them? You write a media query from them, right? So this is how this works. We have the media only screen. So this is how you basically write this syntax. Of course, we are going to write this code proper and you will understand this better, but I just want you to like get this right. So for extra small devices, screen sizes, which are small phones, their breakpoint is usually at what 640 pixel degree, 640 pixel and below, right? So you can simply write at media query in your CSS. You can simply write at media query and at media rather. You are doing media query, okay? So the syntax is at media only screen. That is, you are targeting the screen, okay? That is the viewport, the place where the browser is showing what its content, right? Only screen. And then you're checking a condition, like a test condition here. I want to believe some of you are still going to learn JavaScript or some scripting language whereby you are writing script that tests some things, right? But that's not the goal here. The goal is that I need you to understand that with this one inside these parentheses, this open parentheses and close parentheses over here, it's actually for the test condition. So we are testing max width 640 pixel. So by max width 640 pixel test, we are saying we are testing for the screen size only when it is what below 640 pixels. That is any device at all, any device with screen sizes from 0. If there's going to be any device like that at all, I believe there won't be any device like that anyways, but at least from like 124, 84, 120 and beyond, up until the range of 640. Those are small devices. So we are checking it like as anything below 640 we follow whatever CSS property you are declaring inside these curly braces, right? So that way, if for an instance you set a div, or yeah, you set a div to be display flex, right? And on small devices, of course, it will obviously want to follow that default CSS. So you can easily just switch things around and just make it go like block or Vara view, right? So we also have breakpoint for small devices. This time around, not extra small devices, right? We have extra small devices will be anything below 640. So for small devices, it probably is actually the breakpoint is at 640 pixel and a little above. So you can see that here we are writing at media's only screen and minimum width of what 640 pixel. Then it will follow what? It will follow these particular CSS properties, right? And that is really relatable. Of course, we are using CSS. We are using 640 as the what as a margin, right? We are using CSS. We are using 640 as a margin here, right? As a benchmark that anything below 640, of course, that device is going to be a very extra small device, right? Then we use max hyphen the width, right? But here, since we are dealing with small, not extra small, so it's going to be anything from 640 and what a little above it, like that. So that's handles or that address for small devices, right? Then we have for medium devices, of course, like your tablet and the likes, the tablet landscape and all like that. So their breakpoint is usually going to be at around around 768 pixel. So now let's try to recap. For extra small devices, the breakpoint you set it at 640, meaning that anything below 640 will follow what that CSS property. Then for small devices, we are going from 640 and above. So anything 640 and a little above is going to follow that CSS property. Then for your tablet, which is 768, it's going to actually do anything from 640 to 768, right? That is how that works. Like for the small devices, it's going to do anything from 640 to 768, right? Then for tablets, that's going to be 768 pixel and a little above that, right? So that's why in this case now we are using minimum width, just similar to the one we use for small devices and all like that. So moving on to the next one are the ones for the large devices, right? For the large devices, we have breakpoints of breakpoints of margin of 992 pixel. In some cases, you can put it at 1024. But for better precision, you can just go 1024, right? You can go 1024. So extra small devices is anything below 640. Small devices 640 to 768. Then for tab and the likes, they are going to be from 768 to 1024. That's 1024 pixel. Then for large screens such as laptop, desktop, and the likes, they are going to be from 1024. That's 1024 pixel, and anything above that, right? That is what the breakpoint will look like, or will be margin will be. Then for extra large devices like your that your TV screen, that your big monitor, right? So for those guys, their margin is going to start from 1280 pixel, or better put 1280 pixel and above. So the minimum is what 1280 pixel. That is any layout that is following, that is in that, from probably 1024 to 1280, it start breaking at that point. That is, the layout will change a little bit, or there will be what a limit to that what layout. A good example is, when you build your front end, you build a front end, and you just want to be inclusive, you want to carry every devices along and all like that, all right? Then you are just you don't UI wise, user experience wise, you don't want to like have the whole thing spread it across the screen, because the screen is obviously large, and you don't want your user to have to like turn their neck before they can read all through or read across your page. So you just have to like keep a portion of the page for them to use, right? So it's good if you can keep like a center, so you can keep a fixed width, so you can just set a particular, when the screen gets bigger than 1080, just take probably 40% of the screen and use it to display wherever you want to display. That means it will automatically calculate it and just do the needful. Right. So that covers everything for any screen. Mention it at all. Those breakpoints covers it, right? So let's recap. For small devices, we have anything below 640. For extra small devices, rather, anything below 640. For small devices, anything 640 and a little above. Then for medium devices, you have 768 and a little above. For your large devices, 1024 and a little above that. Then for extra large devices, we are going to have 1280 pixel and above, like that. So the breakpoint will start from 1280 pixel. All right, do try all these things out. Try out these breakpoints. You drop a comment on whichever one you try out. Let us know what your experience is. Let others also learn from your experience and all. Do like, share, and turn on the notification bell. Until the next time, safe.